This is going to be my journal ecosystem video. So I'm going to share with you all of my journals, which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm going to get rid of. Well, not get rid of, but which ones I'm going to put an end to in the new year. So we'll start out simple with my commonplace book. I use this for quotes, song lyrics. I use it to write my poetry. I keep my tabs for my tea in it, and I put lipstick swatches in it. So that's the main purpose of this journal, is just to be a place for creativity and inspiration and happiness. So that's what this is. I'm almost at the end. The last two entries that I'm going to put in are my Christmas wish list, which I've already done, and then I'm going to spend the last like couple pages I have writing down all of my Christmas gifts that I get this year because I always like to keep track of those. Um and I just like to have them written down somewhere so that I can look back and be grateful for what I've received. So this is my main journal. I think this is backwards. This is my main journal. And I got the cover for this traveler's notebook at a thrift store called ARC. I'm sure most of you have heard of it. It was like $4, and I really love it. I love the design. It is starting to, you can see here, it's starting to come off a little bit. So I'm hoping to eventually upgrade this to an actual leather notebook or a leather journal cover. I just don't know when that's going to happen. So stay tuned for that. The first journal that I filled out in this notebook was this one, and I just wanted to show off the cover because I love the stickers I put on here. I have a T tab that says "Talking to plants is one way of talking directly to spirit" by Rosemary Gladstar. And then I have all these bat stickers and this one from a local cheese shop. So that's really fun. Now let's get into the actual notebooks I have in it now. So, like the one I just showed, this first one in here is just my regular diary. I only have one sticker so far. I'm in the hunt for more. But I want to be very mindful of which stickers I use and make kind of a theme for each book. So, that's what I'm doing. This second journal that I haven't found a purpose for yet. I think I'm going to save it and use it to take notes in my John Milton class next semester when we talk about Paradise Lost specifically. And then this last notebook I have in here is my reading notebook, where I basically just talk about the books I read, write down notes, write down quotes, write down book club discussion points, anything like that. So that's really what this is for. And I just finished the picture of Dorian Gray, so that is what I most recently have notes for in here. Yeah. And then in the front here, I just have some sticky notes and some stickers. And I really like this this pocket organizer that it has because you can store so much in here. The brand for this notebook is Carpe Diem. So if you're interested in something like this, you'll find it at that brand. I don't know if they still sell stuff or not, but because I haven't looked at their website, but I'm sure if you search up Carpe Diem notebook or journal cover or something like that, you'll find something similar. Okay, the next thing I have is my junk journal. I have had this since 2023, the end of 2023, or maybe the beginning of 2024. Let me check. Yeah, end of 2023. It started out as my normal journal, like my normal diary, and then it just turned into a junk journal because I stopped journaling for like a year, and then I started like mental health journaling to track my symptoms. And so I was using a different journal for that. And now I'm just using my Moleskines to journal. So this is just my junk journal now. And half of it is literally just tabs from Squishmallows that people have gifted me over the years. So yeah, I really like this. But I don't know, once I run out here, I don't know if I'm going to bother purchasing another, because I really like these specific notebooks, but I don't know if it really fits for a junk journal. I just get these for like $7 at Michael's, but I don't know if it fits for a junk journal, so I may or may not be continuing my junk journal journey after I finish this book. It just like sometimes I accumulate junk and then it takes like a month for me to actually put it in this journal, and then I just have like trash sitting around my room. So sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. I don't know, we'll see. The next two that I have are my reading journals, my other reading journals, because I already showed you one, but apparently I have to have three. So the first one is this Waiting for the Night reading journal, and I really am not enjoying my experience with this one. And I don't think it's anything against the journal. I'm sure a lot of people would really enjoy this journal. I think that this format of journaling is just not for me. I'm a very statistics based reader where like I like to see my statistics for things, which is why I started using Storygraph instead of Goodreads. And this just like doesn't have a place to keep your statistics. And so I find it to be a little bit boring. And I just find it overwhelming to keep track of and keep up with all of the different book reviews I have. Like I have so many book reviews that like I have the title written down and nothing else about the book. So I think at the end of this year I will be putting this to rest. My other reading journal, this one is just like a shitty journal that I got, I don't even know where, probably at like Five Below. And I have a list of my physical TBR, and then I'll like highlight based off of if I read it, if I DNF'd it, or if I gave it away. And I do think I will continue that practice into the new year, but I think that I will do it in this journal instead to keep it a little bit more casual. Um, and I do have like pages for like statistics. This I never ended up using, but I do have this page which like is all the like how many books I read each month, how many pages I read, how many hours I listened to, and then what my physical TBR looked like at the end of each month. So I do like having that data, but since it's so accessible to see that in Storygraph, I don't feel the need to continue with this reading journal, and I think I'm just going to stop with this. Sorry, I accidentally muted myself. Um, anyways, I'm going to stop with this reading journal, and just continue to casually take notes and write reviews about the books that I read and be super casual with it, super cool about it, all the good stuff. So yeah, that's my journal ecosystem. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was enjoyable for you. I'm super excited because I have big plans to get fountain pens. I have I have two Christmas lists this year. I have one that I gave to my sisters and one that I gave to my boyfriend, and each of them has a fountain pen on it, a different fountain pen, so they don't buy me the same one. And I'm really hoping that at least one of them has bought me a fountain pen for Christmas. And if not, I will find another way to procure one, or I'll wait till my birthday and get one then. But um yeah. So hopefully fountain pen content in the future if I continue posting.